Hi, it's Joanne with Rustic Glitter, and we are back with another tutorial. This was our September box, and for this month we did a round door hanger. So the first thing I did is I painted my door hanger black, and I just poured the paint on, got my brush a little wet, and then brushed it out. Make sure to paint the sides as well. And in this step, I don't show it because I did it later in the video, but I would paint the back after the front dries. Okay, I pause this here for a second because I need to tell y'all about my table covering. It is actually a bulletin board that is wipeable, and when I found it, I thought, oh, this would be great to use to paint on because if it's wipeable, it'll wipe the paint off. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. So I'm gonna link it below so you can check it out. If you do a lot of painting, this is awesome. Okay, so here we are painting the boo and the ghost white. Make sure to paint the sides as well. On the ghost, I painted the front and back, and on the boo and the exclamation mark, I just painted the front and the sides. Once your paint has dried, do a light sand over all the pieces just to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Now on the boo and the exclamation, I decided to paint it orange, but I left the sides white so it kind of popped off of the black door hanger. If you do the same technique, just make sure to lightly brush across the top so that you don't get it on the sides. And once that coat is dry, go ahead and give it a light sand to smooth it out. And of course, I decided to distress all of my pieces. Make sure you're working on a clean surface so that your ribbon does not get paint on it. So I'm going to start with the burlap ribbon. So go ahead and roll it out flat. And I know on this wire ribbon, sometimes the ends poke out. So if you need to trim them, go ahead and do that now. Then you're going to take your ribbon and fold it in half. Then unfold it and fold one side just a little bit over that middle line, and then take the opposite side and fold it over. Then you're going to pinch the middle and use one of the chenille stems and tie it off to secure your bow. Then go ahead and start shaping your bow. Next, we are going to unroll the plaid ribbon. Now I folded the right side over about 6 inches. If you need to hold it up to the burlap bow just to make sure your sizing is correct, you can do that. Now you're going to take the left side and fold it over the previous fold. And then back from the right side over to the left. And continue to do that until you have no ribbon hanging over. And then you're going to pinch the middle just like you did on the first bow, and using either the same chenille stem or you can use a new one, go ahead and attach it to the burlap bow. You can use hot glue to attach it and then do the chenille stem, but I preferred this way just in case you decide you wanted to remake the bow bigger or smaller, then you're still able to do that. And then go ahead and shape your bow again. Next, you're going to grab the ghost and go ahead and sand him down if you haven't already. And then take the jute rope, and we're going to use that to attach the ghost to the bow. So go ahead and wrap around the bow, leaving about 4 to 5 inches hanging out. Okay, so then you're going to take your jute rope and thread it through the top hole towards the back. And tie a knot to secure the ghost. So he's kind of like a little charm hanging from your bow. Now you may need to reshape your bow again just from messing with it. Now to hold this shape a little bit better, you can glue the loops of the bow to the burlap ribbon and it'll help hold the shape. Back to the door hanger. On this piece, I also decided to distress the edges so that the wood underneath showed through. And I'm using a gator sponge. I love this thing for distressing. And I'm using grit 120 to give it a really distressed look. Once you're done with that, you're going to grab all your pieces and go ahead and start laying it out to see where you want to place everything. And I use wood glue to attach the boo to the door hanger. And I like to brush mine on. You can also squeeze it on directly and then brush it out, but I do suggest brushing it out so you get full coverage on all of your pieces so it'll stick really well. And then make sure to push down on all your pieces so they adhere really well. Then go ahead and get your glue gun and use that to attach the bow to the door hanger. If you have a heavy duty staple gun, you can use that in addition to the glue. Just staple on the inside of the bow so that you don't see it. Now go ahead and grab your hanging hardware. I did mine about 3 inches down. Make sure to not over tighten it, you just want it to be snug. Then go ahead and grab your jute rope and fold it in half, and then fold it in half again, and then tie the end in a knot. Now you're going to take the looped end and thread it down through the hanger. Separate the pieces and pull the loop through the end piece and pull it tight. Then you're going to lay out your felt fabric, and I used a chalk marker to trace out the circle. And cut on the inside of your line. Now I did cut mine a little big, so I had to trim it down a few times. This is the part when I realized I should have painted the back rim black, but I didn't, so I had to do it on this end. So that's why I said in the beginning to go ahead and paint the back to eliminate this step at the end. Once that was dry, I went ahead and laid the felt down. And I used wood glue and the glue gun to secure it to the back. So I just am going to fold one side over and brush out the wood glue. And then I'm going to lay that side down, and then I'm going to fold the other side over and do the same. Then I use the glue gun just around the edges underneath the felt. And that's it. You are done with your September box. I hope you share your finished project with us on Instagram. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to our channel.